What is up, you guys? This is Kobe here, and today I'm going to be doing my final range comparison video, and this is going to be for Lachelein. So the range I have in this video that we are starting off with is actually going to be 600k. Now there's one thing I want to address. If you don't have, the minimum requirements shown in this video, 600k clean, a clean range has to be at least 200 Arcane Force and at least level 30 on your boost nodes, then once you finish the Lachelein quest line, you might not want to come back here. This place is, you will be getting better rates at Chu Chu Island, even if that means you can only get the Lachelein symbol, because if you don't have that much range, you're not going to have that much drop rate, and it's going to be already hell to farm the symbols here to begin with. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with how much damage and how fast you'll be killing the mobs here with 600k range, starting off with, I'll be going over the 190 Arcane Force maps, the back alley, 210 Arcane Force maps, 240 Arcane Force maps, 360 Arcane Force maps, and, Lucid. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. So first things first, we have the 190 Arcane Force area. From the looks of it, we are, two-shotting the mobs, and we don't even have, the extra Arcane Force boost. So, well, maybe just a tiny little bit, just because I'm 60 over, but it's not the complete, and it's not too much. I'm pretty sure you might be able to two-shot at 200 Arcane Force, if not 300. Remember, my boost notes are also level 34 in the process. So two-shotting at back alley, and I'm going to go ahead and say, if you want to train in back alley, even though it's highly not recommended at all, you're going to want to go to back alley 3, which is this map right here. I have a Zio friend who said this map was great for training over here. I mean, even though I am like two-shotting and whatnot, this map is actually pretty good, to be honest. Only in burning though, only in burning. If this map isn't in burning, it's trash. Hear me out on that. So, in summary, you'll just be two-shotting these mobs. 3-shotting, if anything. In a reboot, remember, 2.4 times higher health. I'll put values like that in the description. And so we are now going to go over to 210 Arcane Force. Next, we have the 210 Arcane Force zone, with where we have, what I like to call the chickens. Let me show you guys back alley. It was right here, back alley 3. This is chickens 3, but for 210 Arcane Force, I'm going to show you guys chickens 2, which is I like to call it chickens 2. I know that's not the real name of it, but this is going to be the main training map here for 210 Arcane Force, and there is another one which I will show later. So as you can see, more 2-shots, probably because EXP was a little different. Maybe I might actually 3-shot at 1, 2, yeah, 3-shotting is pretty much the go-to, self-buffed. We can go ahead see chickens 2, which is the best training map here, or the chicken area. Spawn is great, map is small enough to train in. Your Luminous work amazing here. Eye-sighting mages work amazing here. Thunderbreakers, I'm sorry, they are also really good here as well. There's a lot of classes overall that excel in this map, and it is a very nice training map to be in. So without further ado, let's go to the next training map for 210 Arcane Force. Now there are 2 different maps that you can train in that require 210 Arcane Force. There's chickens, and if you don't like chickens, there's Clowns 3. Chickens 2 versus Clowns 3. Like I said, these aren't the names in the maps. Clowns 3 is right here, but that's just what, what we call them. And by we, I mean me and my friends on KMS. But we have Clowns 3. These guys give, same experience, maybe not, just a little bit more experience than chickens. I 3-shot them once again with 600k clean, with level 34 boost nodes and 250 Arcane Force. And overall, it's a very nice map to be in. This is a good map, or better map than chickens, for mobbers like Dark Knight, Night Lord, Angelic Buster, classes like that. So if you don't think you can handle chickens, then Clowns is a very nice map to trade in as well. So now we are going to go over Clocktower. Now here we have Clocktower 2. This is an alternative to Clocktower 1. You know, Clocktower 2 is right here. We have Clocktower 1. Clocktower 1 is the best training map in Clocktower, for my opinion. There is Clocktower 2 for as like an alternative, and Clocktower 3, 4, and 5 are basically good for mage classes and zeros and all of that. I've seen zeros train at Clocktower 5. They seem to work really well here, but overall, Clocktower, these guys, you will be, you know, of course, 3-shotting them. They only have about 220 million health, so I'm hitting what, like 15 mil-ish per line. So yeah, 3-shotting is really the go-to at Clocktower as well. Not used to train at 2, I used to train at 1. But yeah, that's basically the range requirement here. Remember, if you fall under this requirement, I highly suggest you do not train in Lachelein. You might as well just stay at Chu Chu Island or Road of Vanishing, depending on how strong you are. So anyway, I'm not going to be covering Lucid and 360 Arcane Force at 600k range, because I mean, we already know what the result is. So let's go ahead and start off with the 360 Arcane Force in 1 mil range. Now I'm going to be going over Lachelein in my fully powered gear. 400 Arcane Force, so I'm getting the bonus damage in every single map. Just remember that I will put in values of the actual damage that you will be doing if you do not deal bonus damage. But at this, we are actually at 1 mil range clean. 1 mil clean range because of my arcane symbols. Thank you much for that. And we are going to get straight to it and see how it goes. A back alley, or one-shotting. You'd be hitting about 30-ish mils if you don't have with the bonus damage, and that will not lead to one-shotting. That will actually lead to 2-shotting. So if you do not have the bonus damage with 1 mil clean range, well, actually, let's also remember put on the boost node. Feel me? So, you know, around 55 mils, stuff of this nature. So maybe it improves a little bit to around 35 mil, and you will be one-shotting at that point. You will be one-shotting if you do not have the bonus. Remember, this goes for level 50 max nodes. And yeah, that is basically it here. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next area. Chickens. Clowns will pretty much be the same exact way, but I am one-shotting chickens with the bonus damage, but without the bonus damage, you might be one-shotting. I'm not too sure if you're not one-shotting, you're 2-shotting. But yeah, that's basically it for chickens and clowns. And let's go ahead and go to Clocktower. But Clocktower 1 with what we got rocking here, with one-shotting, of course. But if you do not have the bonus damage, you will only, and I mean you will only be 2-shotting. 2-shotting only because your last one-shot, well, after you attack it once, it's going to have such little health left, because each one of your hits will be doing roughly 200 million damage, and these guys have 220 million health. So one line of damage is basically, one damage is basically equivalent to 200 million, and then it's going to have a tiny bit left over. So if you want to train here efficiently at 1 mil clean and max nodes, and you have about 250-ish Arcane Force or so, you probably want to get a couple extra buffs to kill efficiently, and by that I mean one-shotting, for the best possible experience here at Clocktower. So now I'm going to be covering the 360 Arcane Force maps and Lucid. But before I do that, this map right here that requires 360 Arcane Force is hell. Nobody trains here just because the defense is just way too damn high, and it's ridiculous. So I'm going to go over to a 360 Arcane Force map that I, in my opinion, love the most. This is it. This is the map that I enjoy the most out of all the 360 Arcane Force maps. And now that I actually have 360 Arcane Force, we're going to see how many hits it will take for me to kill one of them. So let's go ahead and start off with these guys right here. So 1, 2, 3. It takes roughly 4 hits. My damage, yeah, it's nerfed as hell. but it takes roughly 4 hits at 1 mil clean. So in order to actually kill these guys efficiently and one-shot them, you're probably going to need between 3 to 4 mil clean range. And that is ridiculous. And as a Dark Knight, that is basically, you know, 6 to 8 mil range, so about 7 mil range to one-shot these guys. With max nodes and 300, well 400 Arcane Force, which is how much I have, but you know, around 360 Arcane Force, you're probably going to need about 4 mil clean range with 0% final damage. If you have more than 0%, then you have to scale your clean range with how much final damage you have clean. But yeah, that is basically it for 360 Arcane Force, and now we are going to test our damage on Lucid. Let's go ahead and see how much damage we do to Lucid. This is going to be the final thing we do in this video, and we're going to test it out. So remember, 360 Arcane Force, 1 mil clean, max nodes. With what we got rocking, we will be doing a, well, remember, PDR is a factor too, so 84 plus 70 from Gungnir, so pretty much 70% of 16 is 70% of 16 is a number that, this is basically how you pretty much do it, but it's around, I have around 93ish, something around there. So let me go ahead and use this, and that also puts me at 86. So 70% of 14 is around like 9 point something, so 95%. I'm hitting roughly 20 mils per line at the most. So 1 mil range, 95% PDR, not counting the amount of PDR I have on my skill. I do roughly 20 mil damage on Lucid. So remember, PDR is a big factor, and to actually, you know, be in an efficient Lucid run, you're probably gonna want about 15 to 20 mil clean. It's nasty, but you know, not only do you need 15 to 20 mil clean, but you're probably gonna want some you're probably gonna need some good control here as well, because without good control you're pretty much fucked. But yeah, that is it for the video. I hope this helped you guys a lot. I did try to put it, you know, more detail than I did in my previous range videos, and this one actually talk about all the values that you need and everything and whatnot. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, that is if you want to, and I'm going to be bringing back some more great content to you guys later. Peace out, everybody.